Alright guys, welcome back. Alliance War number 3 of Season 35. I got 14 more fights for you. I did speed up the fights a little bit. If you're new to the channel, I run 2 accounts. They're both mine. This season I am running Path 1 and 2. We'll do some minis. We'll got some boss circle action. We're starting off on Path 2 with Strike Counter Fury, Nick Fury. And we're going in with Magneto. I did have to work out my... It's nice when I have my 2 accounts in the same section of war, and I can kind of balance what I was going to do. I knew I needed Magneto on this path. I ended up working between the 2 accounts. The 6-star rank 3 is on the junior. Also has my main account has 5-star max Magneto and 5-star max Immortal Abomination, but I have them at 6-star rank 3s on the second account, and it worked out that I could bring them both on this path, and it worked out phenomenal. Here we get him into his second phase. Now again, I am throwing a lot of specials. I'm not holding the special 3 because it's strike counter. We got to get these specials off. Here I'm just going to push him to the special 2. Attack back in, bait out another heavy attack, and continue dropping special 1s. Keeping an eye on his tactical charges. We do not want him to throw special 1s. If we can avoid it, we do, and we get a really nice clean solo against Fury. Next up is Silver Surfer. He's a defender, and he's got brute force and enhanced special 1. We're going in with Immortal Abomination, who is a defiance attacker. So I do not have to worry about that. I can just focus on baiting special 1s, and I'm going to continue spamming my special 1s. Sorry about it looked like it glitched there. I think this fight was very annoying. I think someone had a call or something. Really unfortunate timing. So I had to kind of stitch this fight together. And made me a little bit nervous, but I did get through it, no problem here. Just a lot of spamming special 1s, evading Surfer special 1. We can even get some willpower healing, double up from our poisons that we put on ourselves, plus the armor break. So I'm really not worried about this fight at all. Bait another. We got clipped by that special 1. I did have an invulnerability boost on just in case. I think it was for the Fury fight. So we got saved by that, and we're fine. Next, we're going to go Path 1 in Section 1. We're going with Apocalypse here with the Cable synergy. So we're starting with 4 charges. Here, this thing, he's going to get some regen, but we're just going to build up to our special 2, try and get the concussion on him, and then spam heavy so we don't have to worry about things rock stacks at all, because Apocalypse puts a bleed on his heavy and bleeds reduce the rock stacks. So here, even though he's going to get some regen charges, like regen buffs, we're going to go with our debuffs to shut it down. Again, let him throw that special 1. We're going to just spam heavies, try and get his rock stacks down before we throw another special, because I do not want to risk him going to 15 charges. There we go, another big special 2. And we can finish this off with a couple heavies. One more heavy there, and he's done. Next up is Mephisto. We've seen him a couple times this season. We're going in with Apocalypse again because even though Mephisto doesn't put an Incinerate debuff on, we're taking Incinerate damage. And after 9 seconds of taking Incinerate damage, we will be Incinerate immune for the rest of the fight. So there, when he has his aura, if I'm close to him, I am going to take some damage, but eventually I will become Incinerate immune. So I'm not really trying to get too close to him. I do not want to take the damage, but I know over this fight I will eventually become Incinerate immune. There, we kind of got pushed back into the corner a little bit. We want him to throw those specials. Again, he can be a little bit tricky because when he has his aura active, he's gaining power quickly, and we want to make sure he's spamming specials as much as possible. Plus, got to be aware that he's going to regen a little bit at the end, depending on how many charges he has. There again, we're just kind of making sure we don't get clipped by that special one. Sometimes it can be tricky. Okay, now we're fully Incinerate immune, so I don't have to worry about getting close to him or not. There, his regen just kicked in. We're going to drop a big special 2, and goodbye, Mephisto. Next up is our usual friend, Man-Thing on node 20. We're going to do the usual thing with Apocalypse. We're going to go with the Power Start 1. We want to get to 2 bars of power. He is, again, a miss attacker. We are not a Defiance champ, so I'm going to be taking specials on the block the entire time. There we go. We get the special 2 off, which again puts the concussion on, so less chances for his abilities to trigger. We're going to go ahead, reapply those debuffs, then drop a special 1. Reapply them again with a heavy, all this time while trying not to dex at all. Another good parry into special 1, and he goes down. There you go. Next up is probably one of the uglier fights. I have not done a Mixmaster Korg with Apocalypse in a very, very long time. Now, at the beginning, I was going like medium, light, light, and I was getting some evade charges. But that was kind of silly. I guess it works out okay. I got the big special 2, and I was feeling pretty good at this moment. But right there, he gets the evade, and I hit a special 1 into his block. That was not smart, and that basically screws me up for this entire fight, because now when he has so many charges, every dash in, he was going unblockable there. And I've got to figure, I get clipped. I have to take an unblock. I take a special 1 to the face, and now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna finish off this fight without completely screwing it up. There was no reason for that. It was one stupid mistake, and it just, against Korg, it can escalate very quickly if you're not sure what's going on. Same thing happens again. Do the same mistake twice. Now again, he's got way too many charges. I don't want to deal with his unblockable specials, so now I'm slowing down my combos, just going 2-hit combos. Finally, drop a proper special 1 without triggering the evade. Again, want to stick with not too many hits in while he has the Rock Shield active, and we get out of it. We clutch it out, but that was ugly, and I know it. Okay, I made mistakes, shouldn't have happened. But we didn't die. Now, Bubble Shield, Aspect of Evolution, Iron Man Infinity War. The plan was go in with Immortal Abomination. He is a Defiance attacker. We do not have to worry about our power draining. We don't have to worry about the EMP at all because we don't have any buffs. So my goal here is just to focus on the Bubble Shield. Okay, that is the whole goal. Do a couple special 1s, then get a special 2 while just focusing on the Bubble Shield. Now, what I realized at the beginning, you can see for the special 1, I'm evading both of the initial hit and both of the repulsor-like beams that he shoots out. What I realized, which helped me out really in this fight, is realizing that he's got 10 charges right now. Okay, so 10 charges, I was able to back off. You could see if you slow it down, you can look on the right side, there's an unblockable that pops up after 10 charges. Above me, there's that red 10 charges. Every 10 charges, the next hit is going to be unblockable. So you want to get to 10, then evade an attack. That is the goal to avoid Bubble Shield. Okay, here we're going to get a big special 2 off. Now we can go and try and get the acid burn. So what I'm going to do is I'm at 17 hits here. Okay, he gets another 2 blocks, okay, and now he's at 19. So I need to get to 20. So my goal here is I'm going to evade the first hit, and I intentionally block the second repulsor. Then now I'm just looking for an evade. You can see 2 of them didn't work. Third one, there's the unblockable purple on the bottom right. So that was, I do get clipped there by an accidental parry, and then he melts him. But that was my clutch move there, was like using, being able to remember that I can block his repulsor attack, and that can be my 10th block. So I thought that was pretty smart on my end. Next up, Path 2 in Section 2, we've got Immortal Abomination against Magneto here. He's not a metal champion, and the only thing I have to worry about here is that there is a chance to trigger Disorient on parries. So it's kind of like a pseudo stun immune Magneto, because there's a certain point where I might have to, I might not, my parries might trigger. So I do want to be close to him on his special ones to see if I can counter them. There, I was a little too far away. I did before get a really nice special 2 evade, which most of the time I can do. But here we get the acid burn on. He's melting away pretty nicely. And there goes Magneto. Next up on Path 2 in Section 2 is a Strife. He is a hashtag metal champion, so even though he is a miss attacker, because he's hashtag metal, I brought Magneto for him. Magneto cannot miss against a hashtag metal champion, so we get the magnetism on him, and we can just play this guy as a normal fight. We can ignore the strike counter. We don't have to worry really about it at all. We don't have to worry about his cloak. You can see cloak failed on the bottom right. We're just going to build up to a special 2 with a decent amount of prowess. And goodbye, Strife. Next up, we got Path 1 in Section 2. We're going to go Apocalypse against the Mole Man. We just have to heal up after that awful Korg fight. And we can just, I know he's going to gain some regen here as well, but we can completely negate it with all of the debuffs that we've got from Apocalypse. And we don't have to worry about him shrugging off any of our parries. We can just parry freely against this guy. No problem. So again, build up to a special 2. Get the concussion on him as well. Reduce some ability accuracy. Again, reapply the debuffs with the heavy attack. And we want to get that special 1 off. And goodbye, Mole Man. Next up is, again, we're going to do the same thing. We have a miss attacker in Guillotine 2099, but she's hashtag metal. So we're going to go in with Magneto, and we don't have to worry about any of the healing really at all on this one. We can just completely negate it with Magneto. We can just parry heavy, and you can see we can't reverse the healing, but we can stop it because she is a hashtag metal champion, and we're Magneto. So again, we're just going to parry heavy, try and get that special 2. Don't want the special 1 because there's a chance that I won't get power drained, but most of the time I end up getting power drained by Guillotine. So here we go. Build up to a special 3. We'll drop it, and that's all she wrote for Guillotine 2099. And now we're off to the boss circle. It was a Nimrod at the top of Section 1, but Snyderman brought in his Nebula and did the same thing I did last war to get rid of that Nebula. Now, we have the Limber and, what is this, Limber, and there's a chance for Disorient on the parries. But again, Penny Parker is a hashtag metal champion, and Magneto is not always seen as the ideal counter, but I like it. I've done this one in previous seasons. Even though Limber's on here, I can still get enough parry heavies off. My goal here is I'm not so focused on, there's brute force on this one, so if you don't get a hit in every 6 seconds, you're going to start taking degen. My goal here is I can ignore hitting into the block. There, I just charged my heavy attack a few times on the special 3. Did have a power start 1, and we're going to get a nice chunk of damage. 19 bleeds there. All we got to do is take the special 2 on the block here so that we don't die. Then the bleeds will take her away. I love doing that fight with Magneto. Here was another one. We did do Skrull on Stunning Reflection. We finished like half the fight with Immortal Abomination last war. I saw this one here. I thought I could do it with Immortal Abomination in this war. On this node here, where if a buff falls off on the attacker, I basically have to be throwing heavy attacks to avoid myself getting faltered. Plus, he already has his internal falter mechanic that I got to keep an eye on. There's a timer second from the right. So you can see there, I had to throw in, and right now I have to throw in a whiff hit to get rid of that falter timer. Now, I know there's an issue that I didn't really think about in this fight, is that it's a long one, and the longer you go against Skrull, he does have a chance. I have to look more in depth at his mechanics, where he's going to go unblockable. And the unblockable, with the unfortunate timing of a special 2, is going to make this fight way closer than it needs to be. Here, I went with a couple special 1s to start, because, and I there take a nice block on the special 2, let him throw another special 1. At the same time, I am keeping tabs of that falter timer second from the right on the top. So here I'm going to parry with a hit, and I know that that's coming. I can parry right away afterwards. Now, here's where he goes unblockable. Okay, and I get a nice clutch intercept with the special 1. But here I'm trying to bait it out, but he also has the power gain, and he hits me. It was like a millisecond away from that unblockable going away, and I could have blocked that special 2. Instead, I'm taking a bunch of incinerate damage. I take another bit of special 2 on the block, or I might have even got clipped there a little bit. Now he's at 30%. I am dwindling away. I do have my internal willpower from the poisons, and so I am just struggling at this point. I need to clutch this one out as much as possible. Let him throw special 1s. No more special 2s on the block. We still have some poisons left. Can we get him into acid burn? And we get him down. Clutch, finish. A little sketchy there, but we got through it. And now we're going to do one of my favorite fights. We showcased it last war. We're going to do it again. Mangog against Doc Ock. We did take off dexterity because he is a defender, and I do not want a chance that if I accidentally dex, then it completely screws up my whole plan here. I did start with a power start 1 so I could quickly get to a special 3. Now, make sure that you drop the special 3 with the power lock on Mangog. Now it's an extended timer power lock. Now do not heavy attack after you use the special 3. You just want to reapply that power lock with a special 1. Now, he did get to 1 bar of power, so I still had to be careful to go with like 4 hit combos, not 5 hit combos, until he throws that special, because he did have there's still a chance for him to go unblockable if I pushed him to too many hatred charges, which is the charge he has on the top right. But now because he has no specials, he can't throw any specials, I don't have to worry about the hatred. I can just keep reapplying the power lock with special 1s, and we've got this entire fight under control. Love it. Doc Ock, power control machine, my favorite guy. So I hope you enjoyed this war. 14 fights. Some were close. We bend, but we didn't break this war. First Deathless war of the season. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Maybe you learned something. If there's something that you'd like to see, always remember, throw me a comment. I'll try and see what I can do for you. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.